Hi, welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. Today, we're talking about the 11th part of the 21st chapter of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the 18th chapter of the book of Zion. We're in the middle of our dissertation, so I'm going to take up where I left off last time. So, we are all to blame in some degree for our current dire situation. That can and must be put aside. Now we must galvanize the entire human population to save what life we can. We need to create mountain arks to house as many humans and animal species as we possibly can. Let's put the blame aside and save our own lives. If we dig out the mountain ranges, we can house millions of people and animals. We can build it using safe, integrated infrastructures. We can save ourselves. That is my mission, to save as many lives as I can. That is the mission of the Council of the Most High God of Israel, i.e. the Greys, the aliens. They come to help us to save ourselves and to help us grow up into a people that we can be proud to be, to save human life, to save all life. That is the reason they, the Grey, trained me, Zion, to use my innate Grey abilities so that I can teach you to use yours, so that we can save life on earth. Psalms 107, 41 to 43, Zion 18:35 to 37. Yet setteth he the poor on high from affliction, and maketh him families like a flock. The righteous shall see it and rejoice, and all iniquity shall stop her mouth. Whoso is wise and will observe these things, even they will understand the loving kindness of the Lord. Psalms says, Yet he setteth the poor on high from affliction, and maketh his families like a flock. The Grey come to earth on behalf of the poor people who have nothing but their high. The language of the prophecy is a source of awe to me. I know this is true because I speak the language. I know exactly what God means by the word high. I get high. I am poor on high. My sacred tree of life, marijuana, that plant of renown, the teraphim of old, that is the source of my high. How do I know that my high is the same high of the Torah? Because of the affliction. I am afflicted because of my high, just as the verse states. And furthermore, he maketh him families like a flock. This ties in with the last passage, the event where the entire family of Abraham gathers together. We will be creating a new family ties with our guild system. The guilds will be like a family. Our forsaken people will find familial ties in Zion to replace the DNA blooded families that have rejected us because of our drug use. My blood family has rejected me, even though most of them are Zionite themselves. My sister told me that no one would read this book, but I believe she is wrong. I have a truer family that will read this book, and they will love me for it. So even as I have known rejection myself by blood because of my drug use beliefs, not because of my drug use, but my beliefs. So I too know this rejection of blood family, and I too look forward to embracing my Zionite family. Now, the righteous shall see it and rejoice. When this book gets out into the world, i.e., as soon as I get it done, everyone who is righteous will have reason to rejoice, because they will know in their hearts that this is true. Everyone who uses drugs will be in awe of their nature and the God they never always knew. And all iniquity will stop her mouth. When this truth gets out, there will be a quantum shift in our mindsets. We who are telepathic can know the truth from the lie. Emotions cannot lie. Iniquity, therefore, will have no place in our new world. You may fool a human or a human telepath, but you cannot lie to a gray. I can't literally read anybody's mind, but I can read your emotions. Lies are evident if strong emotions are involved or if a fake lack of emotion is involved, because it too can give away a false, untrue thought. However, I would have to consciously try to detect a lie in order to know that you're lying. And way too much work is involved in that to use it all the time. But be warned, my people have skills that you have never seen. So, this also has to deal with the false morality against the safe drug use. Moderation in all things, my friends. No extremes. Society's belief about my people that they're evil and that our drug use is a danger is just wrong. That is the extreme version. I, for one, do not do anything that I cannot be proud of or that I cannot justify. Sinning is a choice. And Christians, I do not sin. Just go ask God. LOL. Oh, that's right. Sorry, you can't. Because you don't know God. He can't hear you. And you don't know him at all. Whoso is wise and will observe these things, even they shall understand the loving kindness of the Lord. Now, if you read this, and you are wise enough to give the gray the benefit of the doubt, the future we share will be a loving adventure, a merging of minds and lives. The loving kindness of the gray is something that I hope many of you will get to experience firsthand. I have felt it so many times. When I cried out in my pain, the feeling I felt from them was so beautiful. I felt warm and comforted. I felt their compassion and a sense that I wasn't alone. They saved my soul. Not just my life, but my sanity as well. And they saved my ability to love. They healed my tortured mind. I owe them everything because they loved me. I remember the first time that I felt the gray. I had been raped again, which is to say that some guy had taken advantage of my terror about sex. You see, to me, sex was like being impaled. Not pleasant at all. But I was too afraid to respond. I would simply shut down while the endless list of guys fucked me at their leisure. Then I would go off alone and I would cry out my pain. That night I felt God respond to my tearful prayer. I stopped crying. I felt such love, like I was wrapped in it. I felt for the first time in my life that someone cared for me. I'm crying as I write this. The memory is so vivid. I was perhaps 17 at the time. They always watched over me. No matter how much it hurt, they would be there in my mind, sharing my pain, enduring it with me. They are so very loving and kind. I would not be sane enough to write this if they had not cared enough to see me through it. My family didn't care. My beloved was gone, still is. But the gray were there. They loved me. Isaiah 24:21-23, Zion 18:38-40. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones on high, and the kings of the earth on the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners, and after many days they shall be visited. Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously. Isaiah 24, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high. When I was trying to figure out which passages belong to this text, the phrase, and it shall come to pass, was a big clue. These passages gave me the framework to decipher the true events portrayed, as in this example, that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high. This says that the gray will deal with their children, the high ones, who use marijuana, and are therefore the high ones. They are also the hosts, because we host God. God uses us as hosts to interact with non-hosting humans. We don't just interpret their words, we host the God. He, the God, does the speaking, using the bodies of the high ones to be with the humans, literally. This act of being high allows for this interaction. We host God on high. We allow God to use our bodies for their interspecies communications. So, God will punish the high ones on high. Our punishment for doing all of the wrong that we have done will be addressed by the gray to us internally. We will suffer not as humans, but as gray. Our punishment will be telepathic and empathic in nature. We will experience God's displeasure in our minds and in our emotions to teach us better. You may think that we are getting off too easy, but it's the opposite. Our punishment is felt on a spiritual level. We will feel the punishment in our souls, where it will forever be a reminder of how it feels to be wrong in God's eyes. And I'm going to end there because I don't have enough to finish it off. So the next time we will finish the dissertation and we will have the reading. Until then, may the gray watch over you, guide you, protect you, keep you safe from all harm, and teach you right from wrong. May you always be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect light, truth, and good. Know that I love you guys. Stay happy and high. Later, because I'll never say goodbye.